Right, very good afternoon to you and welcome to Sosua Beach. Beautiful Sosua Beach. Phil from the Property Guys here and
Ty here once again.
And we have
Eric, special guest star today. Hello.
Mr. Eric Moore. Welcome, Eric.
Welcome, my friend.
Welcome. We normally cheers when we welcome
first.
somebody. Let's cheers somebody.
Good health,
There you go.
good health. Good health.
First beers on the beach of 2021.
That's nice. Ice cold Presidente. So we wanted to talk with Eric because Eric's a regular visitor to Dominican Republic and the North Coast. So we just wanted to ask him a few questions. He's also an avid diver and qualified up the yin yang, so we've got lots to ask him.
Okay.
Is that how you're referred to in the diving community? As qualified up the yin yang?
I'm up the yin yang.
Well, he's got lots of qualifications. But listen, Eric, what brought you to Dominican Republic first of all?
I first came to the Dominican Republic to get certified to dive. When you get certified, you have to do a pool portion and you have to do an ocean portion. So I did the pool portion in New York City, and I came down here for 3 days the first time, and I did my ocean certification with Aqua Adventures right here on the beach, and it was amazing. I got it done in 2 days, and I was like, man, I really should have stayed here longer. So after that, I try to come down 4 or 5 times a year, stay for a minimum of 2 weeks. And this time,
Oh, gracias.
this time I'm staying for a month.
Wonderful. So you started diving, later in. How old were you when you started diving?
I started diving when I was 47. It was kind of like a dare thing. I said, a bucket list, more like it. I said, I already skied, I already snowboard, I skydived, so I said, let me try something new. So I came down here to scuba dive and to windsurf, because Cabarete, has some of the best windsurfing in the world.
It does.
But once I started diving, I said, I'm just going to stick with this. It's amazing.
Wow. And can I ask where you are in terms of, because I said you're very, very qualified. Where are you at now?
Well, right now I'm a master scuba diver trainer. That puts me about 3 certifications from the top level. I'm also certified as a side mount diver, which is technical diving. I'm certified to teach several diving specialties such as deep, nitrox, full face mask, wreck diving. Wreck diving is amazing. And pretty much I have like maybe 13 different certifications outside of normal teaching people how to dive and things like that.
Wonderful.
You're forgetting the most important one, the one you certified me on.
I've certified you in so many things.
No, on one thing only.
Oh, advanced open water? No.
Coral Reef Conservation.
Oh, that's right. Coral Reef Conservation. I've totally forgotten about that.
The #1 certification.
Yes.
If you haven't got that cert, you're not a diver. I think, anyway.
What does that involve then? Coral Reef certification?
I think for legal reasons we can't explain what happened that day.
We can, because for Coral Reef Reservation, it's a PADI course, and it's a casual course, and they actually encourage you to be casual when you teach it. And we talk about the different reefs. So we've all, like Ty and I, we've dove these reefs hundreds of times. So we talked about how to conserve the reefs, things that we saw that could perhaps make the reefs better, and things like that. That's what Coral Reef Conservation is about.
Not just sitting at a bar watching a video, drinking beers and reading through a book. No, it's not only that, it's what he said.
And because what they're doing is they're doing a lot of work with the coral reefs here. I know there's some coral reef gardens.
Oh,
here.
well, there's a lot
Is that coming up? Is that improving? Are you seeing improvements here?
Yes.
With the marine life? Could you tell us about that?
At the dive site, Coral Gardens, when I first started diving here in 2014, they just started building coral. And what they do when they build coral is they take a little piece of coral and they attach it to a rope, or they put it on a tray. And that coral, because coral is alive, many people don't know, coral is both male and female. right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, we learned that in coral reef conservation.
You knew that, didn't you?
Of course, yeah.
So over the years, coral gets bigger and bigger, and it starts to spread and starts to multiply. And these ropes that they had down there 4 years ago with a little piece of coral, now these ropes are fully covered in coral, and they're starting to spread to the surrounding areas.
And so in the time that you've been here, you've been diving here, I'm understanding from various people that I speak to that things are improving in this area. Would you say that's the case?
Okay, so when I first started diving here, you would always see fish. There was always tons of like regular small fish. But just the other day, we saw a shark, in the bay here, and that's amazing. When you start getting the big animals coming in, that means the reefs are full of life, and they feed off the reefs. It's somebody else. The reefs benefit from bigger animals, smaller animals benefit from bigger animals, and now we're getting those a lot. We get sharks, we get remoras, we have turtles in the bay. It's amazing. Wonderful.
I was quite jealous that dive they went on and seen the shark. I didn't get to go on.
Yeah, we were at Pyramid, which is an amazing site. Which the Pyramid site is a lot like Cozumel as far as like visibility and life. It's awesome.
Cool.
Question: we've got at the moment, we've got all these humpback whales coming down from the north to Salmon Bay. Can you hear them when you're under the water?
No. This is the first time I've been in Sosua when it's humpback whale season. So there's some people have told me they've seen some a little further out. So I'm hoping. I dive every day. I'm down here for a month. I got 2 more weeks left, so I'm going to be diving every day. So hopefully I can see a whale.
But can you hear them? You can't.
I've heard them.
Yeah.
We've heard them. Yeah, you can hear them. They make a distinct sound. But they've got to be near to you, or semi-near for you to hear them. It's like what you see on the films, that. Well, not like that, but something like that.
How does it go?
You've seen it on the films, like something like that. Anyway, he's trying to be funny, but it's a distinctive sound. You'll know it when you hear it. You just got to be in the water at the right time.
So what keeps you coming back to Dominican Republic? Obviously you love the diving.
I've dove in Canada, Mexico, Haiti, Costa Rica, but all of those places, none of them has the homey feel. When I come here, for example, I land, I make a call to the dive shop. Hey guys, I'm here, and they come to the shop, pick me up, and the boat will specially go out, for me. And it's not just me. My friends will come down and they get the same service. So you're not a number when you come here. Everybody's laid back. I've made tons of friends. It's a vacation spot. That's a real vacation spot.
So we want to give a shout out to anyone in particular?
Well, I want to give a shout out to first Aqua Adventures. Awesome. Pablo, you're amazing. I love your dive shop. John Manuel, the newest instructor there. He's awesome. All the bars that I frequent, Jolly Rogers, love you guys, you're amazing. Mateo's Pub, Fraggle Rock, which is awesome. And of course these guys, who have always been my guide and my source of information when I come down.
Wonderful. So you've had some interesting dives with this gentleman here.
Oh yes, it was dive number, what was it, 600?
Oh yeah, the Epstein dive.
Yeah, it was a big boy dive.
I'd say.
The waters are really rough. We had a friend down here, Knowledge. What's up, Knowledge?
Hey, we missed out Knowledge on the shout out. Knowledge.
Yeah. What's up, Knowledge?
BX. There you go.
Or SI for Staten Island.
What's that again?
SI for Staten Island.
Is that like a gang thing?
No. It's just in New York, every borough thinks they're the best borough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this time the waters are rough and things like that.
No, we're recording something.
Yeah, the waters are rough, but it was my dive number 600. So Ty and I said, what can we do that's special? So we thought of, let's look for a message in the bottle. So we were the only ones to go out,
Wasn't there a red flag that day?
Oh, there were red flags. Getting the boat in the water was amazing. The boat, we literally in the boat, and the boat, like, I thought was going to flip over long ways. But we got out. We jumped off the water. We jumped into the water. It was me, Ty, and Jean-Manuel. We went down, and Ty actually found the message that was in the Pringles can, right? And we gently unfolded it, which is some amazing buoyancy, by the way.
It was.
And it said, dive number 600, Epstein didn't kill himself.
And we released that footage to the world,
Yes,
thinking we would become famous in some kind of viral video, but unfortunately,
we did not.
it didn't have the social impact we were expecting.
Yeah. But still, it was the best way to spend dive number 600.
I'd say so.
Well, we have to re-release it so people can have a look.
So Eric, other than diving, what kind of stuff do you do when you're down here?
Well, because
or what do you enjoy doing, I should say? Like,
well, since I'm usually here for only 2 weeks, I never really did anything else other than diving. But now that I've been here for a month, you know, I've actually been walking around, great places to eat. I've been exploring a little bit. I do photography and video for a living, so I've been coming down just doing general photography, video. I'm thinking about there's ATV, off-road stuff. I might do some of that. There's always the monkey jungle. I had done there's these waterfalls, and I believe there's 9 of them, and you generally walk up through these nice trails. It takes you about 45 minutes to an hour to get to the top, but how you get down is you actually jump off each waterfall and go down, which was amazing.
You've done that already, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a really good. So that's Dama Agua Waterfalls, and it really is something quite special to see. It's really impressive. You like it there, don't you, Ty?
I didn't like it myself there.
But it's probably
I
one of the
didn't
biggest
like it.
attractions
Yeah.
here on the north. Natural attractions.
No, it was
It's
great.
absolutely
It was great. It was great. I love it.
What about the cave diving? There's good cave diving.
Oh yes,
Have you
that's
done
right.
that?
Okay. So the cave system here, it has a very funny name. It's called Doo-Doo Caverns. All right. So cave diving. Well, there's cave diving and there's cavern diving. You have to be cave certified to go into a cave. Cavern diving is a lot different. Cavern diving is where you go into a cave-like environment, but you can always see the exit. So with Doo-Doo Caverns, to get down to where the caverns are, you have to do a zip line. And you did a zip line, and it's amazing. I went down the zip line, and I'm like, woo! You know, you let go the last minute. It's a long drop, people. It's a very long drop. But no, you drop in, and that was fine. You know, you swim to the shore, and then they carry the staff there. They carry your gear down for you. You put your gear on, and the caverns are crystal clear. You can see the light shining through some of the holes in the tops of the cavern, and it's like this blue shimmer. It's amazing. It's amazing. It is fresh water, and it's a little colder. Like the beach temperature here is 81 degrees all year round. Doesn't matter if you're on the surface or if you're at 140 feet. It's 81 degrees. But when you're in the caverns, the temperature tends to be in the mid 70s, and those 5 extra degrees makes a difference. You have to wear a thicker wetsuit.
What about night diving? Have you done much of that here?
Yes, night diving. There's a great site. Okay, when you do night diving, you always want to do night diving on a site that you've done several times, or at least once. There's a great site here called Puntilla. It's right off the shore. It's like literally a 2-minute boat ride. And that's another great thing about here. Most of the dive sites are less than 5-10 minutes from the shore. You know, you go other places, it's 45 minutes to get to the dive site. Here it's really close. But the night diving site, Puntilla, you go 15 feet and you see amazing octopus. You know, all kinds of amazing animals. It's awesome. And if you turn off your light, you can see the bioluminescence, which is like the small micro animals. They glow at night. It's awesome.
You know that I've had this conversation with you privately, but the best night dive we ever did was we did it on the wreck.
Yeah.
That was some big boy dive.
Now that's a more advanced dive. You should be deep and wreck certified to do that dive. and you should have some experience on the wreck, and everybody that went on that dive had that experience. So yeah, wreck diving at night is amazing. Of course, you don't go in the wreck, you just swim around it, but it's amazing.
And it just, that particular day, I mean, we weren't planning on necessarily diving the wreck, but it was fantastic water conditions. It was in October of 2019, and we just had a great group of guys here, and the weather conditions were perfect. I mean, the ocean was like a lake at 7:30 in the evening. It was fantastic and very memorable. Unfortunately, the guy that was recording that day, his girlfriend smashed up his camera.
Oh.
So that footage is lost, and whether we'll ever do that dive again, I don't know, because you need a group of very confident divers to do that.
I'm here for another 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I'm really busy the next 2.5 weeks. I'm kind of working every day. But no, when you come back in the summer, we'll do it. It'll be better water conditions then. Be better conditions.
What would you say to anyone that was thinking of coming to live here? You know, that maybe, you know, obviously diving is one of the things that they could do. Would be any advice? You know, you could send them. Obviously, there's a really good school here, but in terms of breaking the ice and getting into diving, what would you say to someone like that?
I would tell people that want to come here. First of all, don't listen to a lot of the things you see on social media and on the news about how dangerous it is, and you know, all kinds of other things. It's not. It's not. You know, I've been coming here for 4 years, 4 times a year. I've walked the streets at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, 5 o'clock in the morning, and it's been fine. I would tell people, when you come down, don't do like I did. Come for at least a week first. You know, talk to some people that know the area, like these guys. You know, have somebody show you the ropes. I was lucky enough to have someone show me the ropes, say, you know, this is this, this is that. Because there is a little bit of a cultural difference when you come here. And when I say cultural difference, it's not a bad thing. Things are a little bit more laid back here than you would in the States. Like, for example, if you, in New York, if I order, I'll give you a great example. The first time I was here, I ordered fish soup. It took them like 20 minutes to get me my soup, and I'm like, why is it taking so long? Because they actually went out and caught my fish. So my fish was fresh. So it's little things like that. So you know, you have a guide. Before you come down, look into the activities here. There's tons. Diving is one of the many things that you can do here. There's kite surfing. There's regular surfing. There's, you know, the water here. I think this area is probably some of the best beach area in the Dominican Republic.
I would say so. You know, for character as well.
Yeah. And you know, if you're just a person who likes to sit in the beach chair all day, or if you're a person who likes to do water sports, swimming, snorkeling, you know, kite surfing, this area is awesome. So if you're going to come down, talk to some people, look into those things, look into those activities that you're down here, and you can try them all because they're cheap, and there's always someone willing to take you on that tour or teach you.
Because we're trying to twist Eric's arm, aren't we, to get him down here?
Yeah.
We're trying to find him the right bandwidth and twist his arm.
Well, right now this is my month-long test.
Or is it?
Yeah. And believe it or not, even with the current restrictions, it's still appealing. You know, I'm from New York City. Right now, I do not want to be in New York City. I'd rather be here. Restrictions here are much better than the ones in New York. The general lifestyle is much better than New York. The people, you know, I've known some great people in New York, but it's so much more laid back.
Gracias.
Bueno, tranquilo.
Sí, todo bien, todo bien.
Gracias.
Gracias. Now,
I was actually...
Sorry, Ty.
Yeah, no, sorry. Está bien, perdón, que estamos grabando ahí. Gracias, te avisamos ahora. I was actually going to throw that in. By the way, we don't rehearse any of this before we get behind or in front of the camera. We just say to our interviewees that we're just going to talk about general stuff, obviously not get personal. But I did want to ask you, sort of, you know, you're sort of self-employed, not that matters to the viewers or anything like that, but I guess you're a guy that could move around if you wanted to. Mm-hmm. What are the things that appeal from what you've seen in the Dominican Republic or what you've seen in Sosua that would say to you, yeah, that is a good place to live?
Well, first off, let me say I've like I said, I've been to Mexico. I've been to Costa Rica. Yeah, those are the main two places I've been to, and that are in the runner-ups for moving. But what I like about Dominican Republic is it's cheap. It is cheap.
But everywhere in the world is cheap in comparison to New York.
But it's cheap. It's 3 hours from the States. You know, if you have family in the States, my daughter's 27. If my daughter says, "Oh, Daddy, you know, I'm having a special event," I can be back in New York in 3 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I can be back in New York in 3 hours. Like I said, Mexico. Love Mexico, but it's you don't get this homey feeling like you do here. It's a little rural, and I like that. I like the fact that I can't, when I walk down the strip, I'm not seeing an H&M. You know, I'm not looking at, there's another Best Buy. You know, like when I go to Mexico, I go to Playa del Carmen. I can go down the street and I can go to an Armani Exchange. I go, that's not what I want. If I want that, I can just stay in New York.
And you make an interesting point with that, because, you know, obviously Phil's been living here 27 years. I've been living here 21. How long will that take before it happens here? And how long before we become disgusted by capitalism and consumerism?
In this particular area, I don't think it'll take. I don't think it'll take. Puerto Plata, sure, and I welcome that. If it happens at Puerto Plata, that's great, because you can live here and you can live a nice, you know, calm, simple life. But if you need, you know, I need to go get that high-end laptop, I can go someplace. Like right now, we have Jumbo that I can actually go to, which I found out, which is awesome. You can go to if you need that laptop charger or that air fryer. Yes, air fryers down here are awesome. You can pick that stuff up, but if you just want simple life, you come in. Well, let's put it this way: when I'm down here, I don't wear socks. I'm in sandals, you know, and sometimes I'm just barefoot for like a week at a time. It's amazing.
Now, just to sidetrack from what you said there, and this is something maybe you'll know more about. So, obviously, tourism, we're a bit slow this year, and I think the numbers came out this morning that it was about 60% down last year on the year before, obviously due to COVID, no other reason. Otherwise, it would have grown another 6 or 7%. But the tourism model has sort of walked away from the all-inclusive customer that there used to be coming down here 20 years ago. And one of the main questions that I used to ask, especially when we moved here initially, was why there was no McDonald's here. Now, there is a Burger King in Puerto Plata, as you're familiar with, but there's no McDonald's. And somebody that I spoke to said it was because McDonald's, if the question was, why wasn't there one in like a downtown Puerto Plata location? And they said to me the reason was McDonald's delivers in these big semi-trucks that aren't able to access through the streets.
Right.
I don't know if that's the case.
Yes.
I don't know if you know more about it.
Yeah.
No idea.
Well, I've seen McDonald's deliveries in the U.S. and there are big trucks. They're semis, and I know some of these semis, they wouldn't be able to make a lot of the turns on a lot of these streets.
Yeah, I was just wondering if Phil knew the reason, because
No idea. I'm not a big McDonald's fan either way.
I'm not. I mean, I'll eat it once a year if I go back to the UK, but it's
But
not
I don't
something-
think a McDonald's or a fast food restaurant would really work in this area. There's so many great places to eat with good food.
It would have 20 years ago. Den un permisito que estamos grabando algo, Estamos grabando algo, perdón. 20 years ago, when there was a lot of all-inclusive tourism, that would have gone down a treat, because we had all these people from England coming over, and they love to stuff their mouths with, you know, a Big Mac and chips.
But
I mean, they would have loved it, right?
But something I told you,
Yeah.
something about all-inclusives. I tell people that come down, all-inclusives are great maybe for your first time. Come down, rent an apartment, rent a condo. They're dirt cheap. You get a much better experience. Often with all-inclusives, people don't leave the all-inclusive. They stay, and I've had some friends come down, and they stayed at, Terra Linda.
Yeah.
Never left. I'm like, there's a beach here. Oh, we got a pool. No. You can rent a really nice apartment or condo or something like that, and that's also going to give you a better feel for if you do want to move down here. You know, you're not relying on the all-inclusive to feed you every day
Of
to do
course,
stuff.
yeah.
Now you have to go out and you have to shop for food and things like that, which is awesome. And really helps your Spanish.
I think the all-inclusive model is going to die. I mean, I don't believe it should maintain anyway. It's like, what's the word for it? It's like industrial tourism. It's do this, do that, stand up at the buffet, eat what we feed you, do the activities we tell you to,
And
be in the pool and do pool aerobics.
You can have at home. You know,
they serve a purpose, and a good purpose. You know, if you've got a family and you want to stay somewhere nice on a budget, I mean, it makes a lot of sense. So it's definitely got its market. But I think that's more to the East Coast, where the all-inclusive hotels have just really, I mean, they've grown to an incredible size, and they're almost like villages by the ocean. So I think they've all, you know, they've obviously got the market, and the quality and the standards have really changed and improved over the years. But I mean, having been here for so many years and been involved in tourism as I have been for so many years, you know, I personally steer away from all-inclusive as well. You know?
Well, but you know, being English, and I don't know if you know this in America, but English people, when we go to all-inclusive resorts, we want to get to drinking even point. You know what drinking even point is? If you paid $500 for the week, you want to drink $500 worth of booze.
It's the same thing in the US.
It's horrible. Why do that? You know, have a couple of beers, have a couple of whiskeys, whatever you want, but I just think the whole concept of all-inclusive tourism is
like you said, it's great if you got a family, you come down, maybe you're a one-off traveler, maybe you travel once a year. Oh, I want to go someplace nice, come to the Dominican Republic. But if you're, you know, somebody who's maybe working remotely, which is big now, look into an apartment. I can tell these guys my internet has been much faster since I've been down here. That was one of my biggest gripes, you know, but the internet has gotten much better. I actually bought a Dominican Republic phone this time.
Yay!
Yes!
That's a good sign, Eric.
Dirt cheap, $100 for the phone and a month of unlimited data.
Where'd you buy it from?
Viva, the place in the gas station. I was gonna go with Claro,
right.
but I was like, you know, I bought an unlocked phone from the U.S. I bought this cheap phone for $44 on Amazon, and I came down here and I saw that they had a phone that was 10 times better, plus 500 pesos for unlimited internet for the month. Why not?
Yeah, that's fine.
And you know, you make a good point, you know, because working remotely now is so much, I mean, it's just possible here. The internet speeds are very good. Obviously you can buy different packages, but you know, if you just want to work in, for example, most of these beach bars now have got internet connections. You could sit and work pretty much from wherever. You need some big bandwidth, don't you?
And that's the thing, they have the big bandwidth. I was sitting in Mateo's pub, for example. Right now, what's big for me in the United States is I'm doing a lot of COVID testimonial videos for like restaurants and bars and things like that. And I've handled some pretty big file sizes. And I've been able to do it flawlessly from my laptop here. I've knocked out about 4 or 5 videos in the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
You know, yeah, and it's been no problem. I render out a video, it's 700 megabytes. You know, and I sit down and say, okay, I'm gonna upload it. You'll have it in like 10 minutes. And they have it in 10 minutes.
That's good to know, because I know that was one of your big concerns here, wasn't it? About being in Dominican Republic was about bandwidth and...
Well, it's especially important for people who have to do Zoom meetings and you know, face-to-face meetings, or, you know, or not really face-to-face, but you know, video conference meetings and things like that. Yeah. But they've definitely come a long way from when I came here in 2014.
Well, they've come an even further way from 1999. Do you remember dial-up internet here?
Yeah. Well, it was everywhere,
ding, ding,
I had dial-up
ding.
internet at home too in 1990.
Yeah, we had it here.
Or what's also known as the good old days.
Yeah.
There was no Facebook back
When
then.
weekends were weekends and Sundays were Sundays.
Yeah.
You didn't have to get back to everyone like that. The good old days.
And I think with COVID, it makes it more acceptable. You know, I remember when I first started coming down, I didn't tell my companies that I was doing work for that I was actually on vacation, because they would go, oh, well, you're down there, you can't get work done. But I think now that everybody works remotely, it's more acceptable for you to be in the Caribbean environment. And actually, if you're doing your FaceTime meeting or whatever, and you got a beach behind you, nobody's going to say, "Oh, he's slacking off." They go, "Okay,
He's social distancing.
he's social distancing."
There you go.
He's still getting the work done. Whereas 5 years ago, they were like, "Oh, you can't possibly be getting the work done."
And here we are on Sosua Beach, and you know, if we were to pan the camera around, you know, everyone's at a very good distance from each other. Everything's pretty cool. It's not packed in any way, shape or form, but it's.
I can say with COVID, I've this is my third time down since September. I think second or third time.
Could be.
When you fly into the airport, especially if you're coming from New York, you get a COVID test right in the airport, and it's great because it's a finger test. They poke your finger, 5 minutes, you got a result. Right? Awesome. They tell you to take a picture of it. Great. I came down here for like 2.5 weeks. I think in September. You know, everybody's pretty good. They keep their social distance and things like that. But people here get tested a lot. And I got back to the States. I got tested actually at the airport before I left. Got back to the States, tested 4 days after, no problem with COVID. Took a COVID test 4 days before I came here, took another test in the airport, volunteered for that, no problem, took it, bam. Yeah, so COVID is not a worry down here because everything's outdoors. You know, yeah, it's much better than the city.
Listen, I was going to ask you, you were telling me something quite strange the other day. You do some work in an aquarium.
Yes, I'm a diver for the New York Aquarium.
So a diver for the New York Aquarium, and just a few weeks ago, you were in a penguin enclosure.
Well, okay, so
the next day,
it was 24 degrees, -4 Celsius, and the penguin exhibit is outdoors. So when we dive these exhibits, we do maintenance on them. We bring down power tools and things like that, and we fix screws. We help the trainers. It was 24 degrees outside. The water temperature was about 39. I'm in a full face mask, you know, dry suit, you know, hood, dry gloves, and we're down. We're doing a dive for 2 hours. You know, it's some technical diving. It's cold diving. It's big boy diving. I literally got out of the water and all the water on my suit turned to ice.
wow.
17 hours later, well, maybe more than 17, probably like 22 hours later, I'm diving in 81 degree water in just a shorts and a little shirt. It was awesome.
That must be interesting stuff, the aquarium. What kind of penguins? What else are you kind of swimming amongst?
The outdoor exhibits we have are the penguin exhibit, the sea otter exhibit, and the walrus exhibit. Those they tend to have the more advanced divers in because it is colder diving in the winter, and they usually keep the animals in. Like, they don't let us dive with the walruses for obvious reasons. They're pretty big. But like other animals, they have you dive in there with them. Like sea lions are amazing when they have us dive the sea lion exhibit. There's also the Glover's Reef exhibit, which is a tropical exhibit that's semi-indoors. It's warm water. It's always 80 degrees all year round. It's outside, but like I said, the water's warm. So we dive that, and a lot of that is we just interact with the public. We're like waving, and you know, we do some maintenance in there. But the big one is we have an exhibit called Ocean Wonders. Ocean Wonders is dedicated to East Coast diving, and it's all indoors. But East Coast diving, we recreated kind of like, I don't want to say the continental shelf, but it's a huge shelf that falls off in New York. We recreated that. And in those exhibits, we have sharks, we have rays, we have all kinds of things. And one, which is called T12, Ocean Wonders, we have about 20 sharks in there. And we actually go in and we'll wear full face masks with microphones in it, and we answer people's questions and talk to them about sharks. And it's literally sharks like swimming like inches from you. It's awesome.
What kind of sharks are they?
We have sandbar, sand tiger, and nurse sharks.
Gracias, doña.
The sand tiger sharks, they look a little scary because their teeth are like this. All right, and you have to be careful around them because if you do startle them, they could rake you with the teeth. And believe it or not, with sharks, the biggest danger with sharks is not that they will bite you. It's not. The biggest danger with sharks is their body is 100% muscle. If they turn last minute, the wake or the power from their bodies. I had a shark come toward me. It turned last minute. It actually knocked the wake, knocked my mask off.
Wow.
You know, so we talk to people about things like that. Sharks aren't interested in eating or anything. It's pretty awesome.
Cool. What a fascinating life, Eric.
You know, not as fascinating as you guys living down here in like paradise.
Well, you're going to be joining us soon.
Yeah.
It's only a 3-hour flight away.
It's only a matter of time, Eric. You know it.
You know what I find interesting as well? First time out of all our interviews, we got 3 Aries together.
Yes.
That's not good, is it?
Yes, it
Well,
is.
obviously we're showing we can behave ourselves.
Our brains are going to explode.
Yeah, 3 alpha males at the table at once.
3 Aries. Oh dear.
Well, the last one we did, I was with 2 blue-eyed privileged guys. I didn't actually mention it. You and Frank, blue eyes.
All right. Okay.
But now it's 3 Aries together, which is cheers to being an Aries.
Yeah.
How about that? Shout out to all our Aries friends out there.
Happy Aries.
You know who
On a
you
note,
are.
ever since 2014, other than this year, I've been here every year for my birthday.
Except 2020, yeah.
Yeah.
We missed you this year.
Yeah. I spent my birthday sitting at home looking at pictures of these guys.
I'm sure you did.
I
do I not believe you?
Well, no, my birthday is like, yours is on the 11th of April. 13th of April. Mine's 21st of March. His is the 8th of, no, yours is the 10th of April. 10th, 13th, I'm 21st of March. So my birthday last year was pretty miserable because I invited a whole bunch of people around the house and everyone's like, oh no, we can't get together in groups because of COVID. So I had like 4 people come over to my birthday, but it was better than spending it alone. So yeah, he was probably looking at pictures of that.
Yeah, I'm making up for that. I do birthday mumphuses. Mumphuses. So when I celebrate my birthday, okay, so it works like this. When you're in your 20s, when you're a kid, you get a birthday day. When you're in your teens, you may get a birthday weekend. You know, late teens, oh, I'm 19, 20, oh, this whole weekend's my birthday. When you're in your 20s and 30s, you may say, oh, you know, like this week, I'm gonna do something nice for myself all week. I'll take a vacation to Dominican Republic for a week because it's birthday week. But I'm 53 now, so I do birthday momphuses. I do 3 months. 3 months is my birthday, and I do that for there's a method behind my madness. Not everybody can hang out. Like if my birthday's on a Wednesday, not everybody can go out. You know, I want to hang out, do my birthday with you guys and stuff like that. If I do one day, it's not going to happen. But if I do birthday momphuses, that 3 months, I get a chance to celebrate with everybody, everywhere that I know.
So we're very close to your birthday then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Oh, and then right now we're doing
We
birthday
may be-
mumphuses, the
we may
extended
be even in
edition. Yeah, the extended edition. So I'm still celebrating last year's birthday. Happy birthday to me!
Cheers, happy birthday, there you go.
Happy birthday, Eric.
53 or 54 now?
53.
Well, I guess it's everyone's birthday, isn't
Yes.
it?
Happy
It's
birthday,
Eric's-
you guys out there.
It's Eric's birthday.
Yeah, if today's your birthday and you're watching this, happy birthday
If your
to you
birthday
too.
was last year, happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you too.
Because today is your birthday.
Bueno. Shall we say churi bye, wrap up, and give everyone a little look of Sosua Beach? What do you think?
We could do. Obviously, Phil's got other better things to do because he doesn't want to
don't.
keep talking with us, but we can certainly do
You
that.
can carry on if you
No,
want.
no, you
I
do the
don't
wrap. No, sorry, it's kind of impertinent of me to say that because obviously Phil has his reasonings to want to shut this down.
Really?
No, I'm joking. But no, I guess you're right. Unless there's anything else you want to add.
No, I do want to say, I want to thank you guys. Every time I come down, these guys are a wealth of information. You know, all these things that you want to, the little things, the things that you don't think of, like, you know, I wanted a doctor. You know, where can I go to get a phone? You know, what kind of, those little things you may not find reliable information on that on the web, but if you talk to these guys, you're gonna get the straight deal.
We actually, Eric roomed with me a couple of times ago when he was down here, and we cooked some good food when he was here.
The food he cooked was amazing. I was gonna put a wig on him and marry him.
Seriously?
Seriously, I was like, you know,
his food's good, but it's not that good. I mean,
but Eric also made a very good dish called a baked ziti. I'd never had it before.
Yeah.
We made way too much of it. We were eating it for like 3 days straight, maybe even longer. But we had a good time. Unfortunately, it was during lockdown, so we had to be home by 7 o'clock every evening.
That just meant we got to eat more of it.
That's correct. Yes, we did. But no, Eric's one of the good guys. So if you watch the video and you see him in town, just say hello to him. He's a good guy. If you want to learn more about diving, he's a man to talk to. You know, he's an instructor, as he said. And yeah, it's a good time on Sosua Beach right now. We're having a good laugh.
If you're watching this, please click subscribe down at the bottom here. Smash subscribe.
Which finger are you using? That one.
So we can have more than 10 people.
Hit this. No, we're up to 66 subscribers now, actually. Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Getting there. So
we got 2 overnight.
If you could do that, we'd really appreciate that.
But yeah, we will continue to create content and put videos out. Obviously, we like to chat to interesting people. We think Eric's one of those guys, so we keep doing this as long as we can still afford to, or before we become really famous. Joe Rogan, watch out, son. We're coming after you. But no, it's all good, and right now is a great time. As Phil said, I'll pick up the camera in a minute and just show you a quick pan of Sosua Beach. But is there anything else to add before we say adios?
No.
Other than it's a pleasure, Eric.
Always a pleasure to hang with you guys, man.
Cheers, buddy.
Always a pleasure. Really is.
Cheers, buddy. Thank you,
Good
Philip.
man.
Good work today. And I think Liverpool's playing now.
They are, yeah.
They are.
Just about.
What time is it?
They've been going about 9 minutes.
All right. So anyway, I'm not interested
Not that
in watching that today.
Pushing for that.
Yeah. No, I'm not watching that. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you did, as Phil said, like, share, subscribe, and we appreciate it very much. And we'll see you on the next episode. Till then,
take care, guys.
Goodbye.
All the best.
Let's have a quick look around Sosua Beach, shall we? Oh, I didn't press record. You're joking.
What?
Oh, I didn't press record. Joking. Haha. So there we go. This is it. Oh, we got an airplane leaving. And that one's going to New York. But yeah, this is basically Sosua Beach right now. January the 8th, 2020. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next episode.
They'll spend $10,000 building a structure, and then I go, oh, you got to take the structure down. Oh, no, you can put it back up. And this is all within the course of like a week. Take it down, put it back up. Oh, you can have 2 walls. Now you can have